Hey class, welcome to Chapter 6. So this module takes a look at off-the-job training methods. And so what you'll see over the next couple of chapters are just a breakdown of the different categories of how we can deliver training. So if you start off, as hopefully you've been doing all along, with the learning outcomes at the start of the chapter, you'll notice if you compare those to how the chapter is actually set up, the learning outcome that is sort of the biggest in terms of pages in the chapter is the one that talks about being able to explain the various methods in terms of what they are and their advantages and disadvantages. Now, I wish I'd give you an easy way out of this, but I can't. There's a bit of memorization that comes into the next few chapters around these methods. If you were preparing for a test that was all essay questions, which I know you're not, but if you were, you'd want to be able to look at this chapter at the end and say, if I had a question on an exam that said, list and describe 4 off-the-job training methods in terms of their advantages and disadvantages, could you do that? And if the answer is yes, then you've kind of got what you need to get out of this chapter. I don't expect anyone to have every single one memorized, to a T. However, at the end of the day, especially even if you're looking at multiple choice exams, you could get a question on any of them. So at the end of the chapter, what I'd suggest you do is look back at it and think about it in terms of that. Can I explain it? Can I talk a little bit about each one in terms of advantages and disadvantages? And then at the very end of the chapter, one of the other learning outcomes that you should be able to address is, if I was to ask you, well, which one of these do you think is the best? It's kind of a trick question, because when you read the piece on blended delivery, what you're going to see is really, overall, no single one is the best. Effective training will usually always combine 2 or more methods. And that just takes into account the different tasks that you're trying to accomplish and the individual characteristics of the learners. So with that said, take a look at Chapter 6. Let me know if you have any questions. And again, as always, hope you're enjoying the course. Thanks, guys. See you next chapter.